Hey everybody, thanks for joining me. This will be my last news roundup for today, so to speak. I've posted about this before, and I just don't think there's a lot of traction on this. I have the Nature article up here that I'm going to talk about, Threats to Astronomy from Above and Below. I'll bring up my Patreon article that I wrote about that article, The Vanishing Sky, Why Astronomy is Under Siege. If you're an imager or a visual observer, imagine looking up and seeing this when you're trying to image or observe galaxies, or if you're a professional astronomer trying to gather data through a swarm of galaxies that makes the camera, makes the eyepiece look like this. You may think, nah, never going to happen. There's things on the books right now that could really make this happen. The stars have always been a universal heritage, but according to a recent editorial in Nature, and there's the link to it, and that view is being obstructed, both by the technology above and by policies below. Let's look at the article. As we move further into 2026, the scientific community is sounding the alarm. Astronomy is no longer about looking up. It's about fighting to keep the window even open. Here's a breakdown of the dual threats currently facing the field. You have threats from above, the satellite congestion. The most visible threat to our view of the universe comes from satellite mega construction. While global connectivity is a noble goal, the sheer scale of these fleets is creating a streaking effect that ruins long exposure astronomical images. I'll share one, I'll put it in here, it's not here. Of a galaxy I was imaging, and sure enough, I had a streak go through it and had to start my imaging over. The scale, companies from the US, China, and Europe are launching thousands of minibus-sized satellites. Recently, SpaceX filed to launch up to 1 million orbital data centers, a move that would require 10,000 rocket launches and potentially contaminate nearly every telescope image taken from Earth. The global impact, this isn't just a problem for wealthy nations. The Timu Observatory in Indonesia is already seeing its data compromised. Unlike major Western observatories, smaller facilities in smaller countries often lack the budget for high-tech shutters that can blink to avoid satellite flyovers. A failed solution, proponents once suggested moving all astronomy to space to avoid the atmosphere. However, recent studies show that even space-based telescopes are now seeing their views blocked by the web of satellites orbiting above them. Threats from below, the funding crisis. While satellites block the sky, shifting political priorities are cutting the power. Astronomy is increasingly being viewed through the lens of commercialization, which threatens pure discovery-based science. UK budget slashes in early 2026. UK Science and Technologies Facilities Council, STFC, faced a surprise 30% budget cut. Researchers were asked to model the impact of losing up to 60% of their project funding. The economic growth trap, governments are pushing for commercialization science, while astronomy leads to innovations in imaging and data processing. Its primary product is human knowledge, a value that always doesn't show up on a quarterly balance sheet. The talent drain. With youth unemployment at a 5-year high in regions like the UK, these cuts discourage the next generation of data scientists and physicists who often begin their journeys in astronomy before moving into tech, finance, or defense. Why astronomy still matters? It's really easy to dismiss astronomy as a luxury science, a luxury hobby. But the Nature Astronomy piece highlights why it's a vital pillar of modern society. And go to the piece and look up everything that's there. I'm just highlighting a few. Workforce training. Astronomy PhDs seed the workforce with experts in big data and advanced technology. Multidisciplinary support. It provides a natural laboratory for physicists, biologists, and geologists. Inspiration. It remains one of the most effective ways to engage the public and children in STEM learning. Astronomy is a privilege, but at the same time, the livelihoods of many people across the globe depend on it. We are not powerless in the face of these threats. How to help? Well, the scientific community is calling for collective action. If you value the dark sky and the pursuit of cosmic knowledge, you can get involved through professional advocacy groups. The American Astronomical Society provides guides on how to submit comments to the FCC. There's a link there regarding satellite licenses. The RAS is the Royal Astronomical Society is organizing letter writing campaigns to government representatives in the UK. And the International Astronomical Union offers resources for policymaker interaction and public education. It is so vital. I've never been a big outreach, but I'm going to be doing a little bit more outreach. Actually kind of shift my focus, and part of that focus is get more people involved in the hobby and get them exposed to what's going on, so we have more voices out there to promote that astronomy as a science is well needed, well regarded, and benefits us in so many ways. Anyway, thanks for joining me. I hope you take the time to go look at the article over at Nature, and I appreciate your time. Have a great night. Clear skies to you, and I hope they are open skies. We'll catch you next time.